Here I go. I feel like this color gray makes my breasts look so small. I really do have breasts, y'all.
I don't think anything makes your breasts look small.
They enough, huh?
Gotta shake them back and forth. See? Look at them. They're like big melons in there. What are you talking about? Look like a sack of oranges.
They look like little kiwis.
Right off center. They definitely don't look like kiwis.
Grapes.
Cantaloupes.
Muscadines.
Cantaloupes. That big old jackfruit. What is that thing that fall off trees and hit people in the head? Be like, dang, that grows on trees? Why is it so big?
All right, we're not going to talk about
Your ninnies. With no bra, your ninnies hang down low. There's joy in ninnies.
Oh, there's joy in
Ninny joy.
Baby.
Ninnies is
Some joy and some ninnies, honey. It'll give you joy. You will receive joy from the ninnies. Huh? Ooh, ooh.
You want to ruin your stuff. I almost did a spit take on your electronics.
I want you to know the joy that these ninnies bring me. Huh?
Listen to me. You almost ruined your stuff because I almost did a spit take. And I want everybody to know that I begged you. I begged you not to do it.
I'm going to make a shirt. It'll be in the...
I begged her not to do it.
It'll be on the Shopify store. It'll just have different series of ninnies.
Ninnies.
And just joy.
Them joy and them ninnies. We know who's buying several of them.
There's some joy in them ninnies. There's some joy in them ninnies.
You see them point them out.
Jason is like, this is a bop.
That's a bop.
And I'm making this just for you.
He's going to be like, can you put them in socks?
Boxers?
Is there like a bow tie? With the brows. I mean, a bow tie with the ninnies, joy and ninnies bow tie.
I'm making this just for you, Jason.
Like, is there a bag? Do you have like a duffel bag? I need all the merchandise.
Everywhere, just everything he wears, just ninny.
Swim trunks.
Ninny joy.
Just ninny joy. An ascot.
Something is wrong with you. Something is so severely wrong with you.
You know, you can personalize anything. Headphones, just one on here, one on here. The left one's a little bigger than the right one.
Were you in my mind? I was thinking, but they have to be different. One has to be, I mean, it's slight. It's not an exponential difference. It's just
what,
I mean, it's just there's a little curvature in one, and the other one is a full.
One is a deep one, and another one is a
One is a deep C, the other is an early D. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I mean, let's make it authentic.
Oh,
Ninny joy. This is a ninny joy.
Why are you this way? Why?
It's a ninny joy.
It's ninny joy.
It's ninny joy.
And if you're like lacking, you know that's what it is. You just step up your ninny joy.
If you've got grapes,
you can have joy in any ninnies. All ninnies matter.
All ninnies matter.
Find joy
Let me tell you something.
In any ninny.
The joy that a ninny can bring. The joy that a ninny
brings
can...
life. It's just
if we were to talk about all the ways that's an episode.
Entertainment.
That's an episode.
It's just
that is an episode.
Yeah.
Ninny joy is an entire.
Yeah. Why would it be? Whatever them ninnies so that they look like a couple of avocados.
Mosquito bites.
Just mangoes. Watermelons.
Mangoes be the one. Watermelons.
Listen, all ninnies.
It's a lot to carry, but yeah. Banana ninnies.
Do we take
Banana ninnies. That's what the ski jump ones are. Banana
ninnies. brown spots and everything.
What?
I bring those ninnies right on in. How did we even why? Why are we even talking about that right now?
Whenever
clap?
you are ready. I am ready to go. But you can make it appropriate. I was just gonna say, Ninny joy, Ninny joy, oh Ninny joy. No
you
one's
grew
gonna
up
bring us
strange.
back. No one's
you
gonna bring us
just-
back. There's not one of us
You
is
just
gonna
go. You go to college and you think, I wonder if I'll find my tribe. You know internally how odd you are.
incredibly.
You've tried it. You
You've-
tried it out
you've-
on other
you've-
people, and it
yes,
doesn't quite
and it doesn't always land.
It
It doesn't always
They
land.
try to do it. They try and hang.
And it was just
But it's a
but you were like,
little
it doesn't
awkward.
fit.
It's
It's
a little-
not the key
like
in
they
the
be
lock.
trying to meet you in your
It's-
goof.
I wanted to go
Trying
there.
to meet you in it.
I don't have it though.
But then
And then
the universe sends you someone.
your
person.
Your person,
Who
you lock
will
eyes.
harmonize.
It doesn't matter where you go.
Oh, a ninny joy. Who will go as far as you will. As far as you will. If you ain't stopping, they not stopping.
Ever. I want you
It
to know.
can keep going.
I want you to know. This is the way that our humor. I can't wait till we get into humor and amusement. This is the way
That's gonna be dangerous.
that our humor and amusement works. Is that somewhere in the future, it could be years from now, one of us will start singing Ninny joy, oh Ninny joy, oh Ninny joy, oh Ninny joy. It's the seriousness with which we do it, though. Neither one of us will break.
Nope.
We will carry this thing through. And I just want you to know,
something just external stops us.
until you found that person, you've not lived.
You haven't lived.
You've not lived.
You have not lived until your internal ninny joy has a place to go and land. And somebody else is like, wait a minute. I'll see you.
I'll see you and raise you.
Let's make it into a rap. Does somebody just upgrades? Listen. Thank you, Lord.
Blessed and highly favored.
It's just.
It may be an ignorance,
What?
but we are
But
still
it's joy.
blessed. What?
It's enjoy, whatever you're going to call
In
it.
fact, it's ninny joy.
That thing is ninny joy. Just bras, ninny joy. Swimsuit tops.
Ninny joy.
Mm-hmm. Somebody's thinking about it. Somebody's like, yeah, you know what? I've heard of
Someone's
worse
thinking, how
things.
can I market this whole thing? Please do.
Yeah.
And holler at us, because we want it in our
You
joy
don't have
colors.
Joy in your ninnies.
There really is joy in my ninnies.
If there's no joy in your
It's-
ninnies, that's right there is where you start.
You ain't doing them right if you ain't got joy in your
If the
ninnies.
ninnies
Listen,
don't bring you
get you some joy in your
There's
ninnies.
some joyful ninnies.
If you ain't got none, seek it out today.
I don't care what those ninnies are doing.
It's there for the taking.
Listen. Add joy
To them
to your
ninnies.
Today I am Blair from Facts of Life. Take the
She
good,
had
you
some
take
nice
the bad.
ninnies.
I was just going to say, I feel like she took pride in her own
Yeah.
nannies. And there you have the facts of life.
The facts of life.
In the world never cease
Ooh,
to be living up to your dreams. And suddenly you're finding out the facts of life are all about you. You.
Anywhere you go,
Any place.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. There's no who all gonna be over there.
Anywhere.
There's no how long will
Ain't
it
no
take to
mountain
be
high
there.
enough.
There is not a single thing that's gonna
Ain't
keep
no
one of us
valley
from going.
low enough.
Are you going? That's the only thing we need to know. Are you going?
Ain't no river wide enough. Keep me from you. Ain't no roof wide enough.
Ain't nothing silly strong enough. Ain't no joy we can't find enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. No matter what it is. No matter what it is. If you're going, I'll see you there.
Oh, God.
It's such a comforting feeling to be like, am I alone here? And
No.
I could just never.
Never. I'll
Never.
arrive
Never.
wherever I am in the
I
universe.
was thinking these strange set of things
oh,
here,
God.
replete with a soundtrack.
I
Am
was
alone?
thinking it too.
Of
Never.
course not.
Never. I was there with you. In fact,
I went at the same time.
as you thought it, I thought
I went
it.
at the same
So too,
time.
I did.
You thought you were on a unicycle, but it was a bicycle bet for two. You turned around. Why does this unicycle have so much balance? Because I was in the back just a pedaling.
I was there. I was there.
I
Listen,
arove.
I
I arove. I didn't just arrive. I didn't arrive.
Mhm.
I roved up in there.
With a feather bow on.
Who are you?
I am Chris Gardner from the Pursuit of Happyness. Now, this is what I want you all to. I want you to get the visual. Do you remember at the end of the Pursuit of Happyness, Chris Gardner has gone through all of these things. Will Smith is playing this man, and then he finally gets his big break, and he's got like that tear in his eye, and he's walking down the street, and he's just shouting himself out. Just,
You did this. You did it.
I did this. I did this. That is what. Did I put lipstick on? I ain't got no lipstick on.
Think about it right now. You look like you're wearing lipstick, though. I think you might have. Maybe it's not as bright.
Now I have it.
Now
Huh? So, yes, we are also Add Joy.
Where life plus joy equals satisfaction.
Mhm.
And we're going to be talking about giving to yourself today, being generous with yourself. What does generosity and giving mean?
It means being plentiful in your willingness to give of yourself to others and especially yourself.
And that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Can you really be generous with yourself?
Hmm.
You might, yes, you can.
You better.
Or saying, yes,
You
can.
better.
And we're going to talk about how we can do it.
Small ways to be generous to the self or just in general.
Or just in general. Yeah, write someone a letter and send it to them. You could also do that to yourself.
You could really,
Yeah.
it's one of the greatest things.
Write yourself a love letter. Put it
Imagine
in the
if you
mail and
had
everything.
written yourself a letter every year on your birthday. What you would go back and see, like where your mind was at, and shouting out yourself. What if every year you wrote yourself a letter and you said, "These are the things I hope you accomplish this year," even if you didn't accomplish it in that year. If somewhere down the line you did accomplish it, you can go back to like 25-year-old you and be like, I did what you
Because
said to do.
I have been obedient
I
to you.
made your
Yep.
your dreams come true.
You'd be surprised, probably, how many dreams have come true.
Give someone flowers just because, as I look
Just
at,
because.
at my dead flowers here. But I do. This is
They still look
this
lovely.
is this is the thing. I will keep some fresh flowers in my home because I love beautiful things, I will just go out and get myself flowers for no good reason. You know why? You know what my reason is? Because I got Ninny Joy.
Ninny Joy.
That's it.
Shout out to my mama for always putting in a vase them little weeds I used to get, them little
Isn't that
dandelions.
lovely?
When I tell you I would come in with those dandelions, and she would get, I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be in
She'd make a
her
celebration.
finest. They would sit right on
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
table.
Smelling like dog pee.
It never occurred, because I didn't know those weren't.
They're beautiful.
I picked
Why
them
wouldn't
because they were beautiful. I
Yes.
came, she was like, oh, she would put them in a
love them.
vase. She'd rinse them. She'd treat them like flowers. It took a long time for me. I was like, those are weeds?
And what did that communicate to you? That whatever I bring my mama in with love and with
Yep.
joy is worthy.
Yeah. She was also encouraging my generosity by doing that too.
Yes.
She was also she
Ooh,
was a
good
because had she
word.
responded differently, she would have been reinforcing. That was reinforcing me being, my giving was being
I
reinforced.
love that. I thought they said something else. I'm going to say what I thought it said.
What?
Wash someone else's hair. Baby, if you this hair that I'm talking about
That's
right
a
here, I
love
don't care.
language.
You wash my hair.
You take this down.
If a man washed your hair, what would you do?
We can't say on a podcast what I'm gonna do.
If someone came and said,
He gonna have
"Baby,
joy
look," he gonna have Ninny.
several times. He's going to have joy.
Please stop talking to me.
Be
He gonna have joy
blessed
with these ninnies.
and highly favored. Ninnies. That's like first base joy.
It's not even the level of joy
The
I'm talking about.
home run joy that'll be happening.
No, really, you wash
Washing my
hair.
hair.
Get out of here.
Oh,
Get out of here. But what it really says is wash someone else's car.
Both things.
And both things.
Both things.
Both things.
All right. Purchase some extra groceries when you're shopping and put them in the food bank or the supermarket, or at your local school.
Yeah.
Get some extra stuff.
A lot of high schools have food banks,
Mhm.
especially because you have like teenage mothers and things like that who just need
We
something.
do at the college.
Yeah.
We have a lot
Yeah.
of,
Because there are a
food
lot of
insecure college
yeah.
students. We have
Yep.
food bank at
Yep.
Atlanta.
Just buy the extra groceries, canned goods, things that aren't perishable. Just go ahead and buy them, drop them off. It doesn't cost you anything. Well, I mean, the few coins that it took for you to, if you have it, do it. Shoot,
But a lot
that's
of-
what this is about.
Quite frankly, if you out there with your Kroger card or you're in Publix, half your stuff is buy one get one free.
This is
So
a
take
word.
the thing that little
This is a
extra
word.
word. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You weren't gonna
That
eat
you
the
don't
2 loaves
need.
of bread that
Yep.
much anyway. The buy one get one free. You buying that spring lettuce, that's gonna go bad in
You know
2
what?
days anyway. So give that to somebody else. It was gonna be free anyway.
I had a friend come over one day and he was eating something and he said, "Do you have any ketchup?" And I was like, "No, I don't eat ketchup." He was so taken aback. But I was like, "Oh, maybe I should keep ketchup in my house for people who use ketchup because I don't really." And that week at Publix, it was buy one get one free. Now you can buy the one for the half price. But I could just go ahead and pay
Get
the
the buy
regular
one, get
price.
one.
And then you take that to the bank. That I'm telling you.
Some
Or
of us
give it
have
to the
an
person who
entire
wants it.
bag of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your whole shopping experience was
Yep.
buy one get one free.
All of that. Yep.
All day
Yep.
buy one get one free.
Buy a gift card and give it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
I just discovered yesterday I was going through old mail and found someone had given me a $35 gift card to Panera a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure I have thousands of dollars. You know what I should have done is given away those. Thank you, and immediately giving it to them.
I don't need it. Here you go. Right now in this season when I'm not eating at Panera, here, let me give it to somebody who.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
This is a good one. Give
is a good
someone
one.
space
Ooh,
when
Lord,
they
please.
need it. That's a generous thing to do. Oh. I could just go on and on, right? Introverts in your life will love you for this, but frankly, this could fit almost any person. Give them this moment off. The other day last week, I'm always explaining to people why I don't like to talk on the phone, right? on this particular day, I had spoken for hours without stopping. I was just hours. I taught for 3 hours and just
You were
had
just
not,
done.
just was talking. And I had before then 7 or so people and just downloading their information and being engaged in their process. And I was like, please. And the biggest gift somebody gave was like, you know what? Cut the phone. Is there somebody you have to call right now? I'll call. Giving someone that space when they need it is generous. So sometimes you want something.
I don't know that silence is a gift, y'all. For somebody who has been working all day in service of others, you take a person who has listened all day to other people and their concerns and their needs and their problems, and then goes and teaches college students.
I'm through.
If someone just came and said, you know what, I'm going to give you the gift of silence and stillness for the evening. Don't worry about Zuri. I'm going to get her together.
So
I'm going to pack her. I just want you to sit, whatever you do at that time. Y'all don't understand. This is true for extroverts too. We talking about introverts in your life. I want you to know. I am.
We're exhausted because we're always we're high energy on.
I have given everything I have by the time I step over this threshold here. If someone were to say, I just want to give you stillness and peace, you're going to get some ninny joy.
You're going to get ninny joy because you take that bra off right when you cross the threshold. So ninny joy happens like by way of just being present because your first ninny joy act is snatching that.
You ever seen that meme where there's a plant and then they take off the plastic and it just unfolds and it says, when you take off your bra? That's...
I moan. I mean, I make noise.
Loudly.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh, you get the scratches. Oh, Lord. Ooh.
Were you there? It is. Yeah. That's a real thing. Ninny joy is a thing, y'all.
Give somebody the space.
I'm going to make this a shirt. No worries. No worries. I'm so clear. So today's topic, because it is not ninny joy, but it always can be.
It could be.
Okay.
We talked the last few weeks about generosity, giving to others, right? And then we've even talked about what isn't generosity when you're outside the principle. But today we really want to talk about being generous with yourself, because that really is part of this principle. We are not just talking, when people think generosity, we think like just doing for other people, but it is also important to be generous to yourself. And I found this guy, Kieran Johnson, on LinkedIn. He's kind of like self-entitled, the generosity guy. He has all these like really short, really awesome articles about just like how to be happy and have joy and just like how to just let some stuff go and why it's important for you. And he talks about self-generosity, right? And he talks about the difference between like, are you being generous to yourself, or are you just kind of like being lazy, letting yourself off the hook? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different to be like, I'm waking up. Yeah. I don't want to do any work because, I'm just being generous to myself. Yeah. I mean, how do you know the difference? And he was saying something very simple, like just sitting in a particular emotion is an act of self-generosity. What I love about what he said is not necessarily a positive one. Sitting with your anger. Yep.
Your sadness.
Being generous enough to say, this is how I feel right now. And I'm going to let myself feel that way. I'm not going to rush myself through it. To make other people comfortable.
I think the way to be emotionally healthy is to fully feel all of them.
Just let it happen.
I think that where we struggle is when we don't feel enough of the negative ones too. Feel all of them fully, so you can be done with it.
So you can be done with it. But I thought that was so great. I had never heard that, right? I hear people talking about, be kind to yourself, what I mean? But him saying it's an act of self-generosity. He was like, think of how generous you'd be to someone else. They're in mourning, they're angry, they're joyful. You let them go on in. They'd be like, I'm sorry. And you tell them, don't apologize. Go further. Why wouldn't we do that with ourselves?
It's very interesting as you're talking. I don't think that it talks about we are talking about true generosity and not just being kind or affirming to yourself, but really going in and seeking your own needs and then fulfilling them. We don't do enough of that. We just do not do enough. We are always in service to others. And then we expect unfairly for others to be in service to us to give us what we need. We were supposed to provide for us initially. We are our own biggest advocates. We just don't take the opportunity to do that.
But it's because you don't even know without spending that time with yourself.
We don't know, but also we do
the question of
just
what we do.
enough. We're rarely generous.
Yeah.
We're
rarely
rarely
generous with
to
yourself.
self.
Can you imagine?
And we will name it other things. We'll name it laziness, or we'll name it. If you've gotten to the point that you're depleted, rest is not laziness. It is what you've earned.
And now it's what must happen. What if we like just rested so regularly?
What if we rested
I don't
so
have to be burned out.
regularly?
I'm resting because rest is what I'm supposed to do.
I'm in that season now. And when I tell you that I stay so even, when I say
Lovely.
nothing moves me.
It's so lovely. Yeah.
Nothing moves. All right.
And
So we
swinging pendulum.
yeah,
back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So let's talk about some examples. Forgive yourself. This is the generosity I need you to hear. These are the words. Forgive yourself liberally and regularly. That's the difference. Not I made the mistake and girl, move on. No. Give yourself the same grace you give to the people that you love. You know, the grace you give your child. I want you to think about that. We are always giving grace to our children. We are constantly, it's 3:33 p.m. I'm sorry, I have to say hi, Daddy. That's an angel number. I have to do it. I do it every time that
Whenever you
hi,
see
Daddy.
an angel number.
Whenever I see it. Okay, sorry. Here's the thing. Our
I did think
children,
about him the other day too.
it's like they can do no wrong. They are wrong every day of their lives.
Like any
I
other
want
human
you,
being.
like any other human
like
being.
any other
But
human.
we give them so much grace. Why don't you give
you get it?
little you that?
Why don't you give it to yourself?
Why?
Liberally, regularly.
Those are the words.
I mean, go overboard in giving it.
Go in.
Go in giving it to you. You are okay. You're still excellent.
And truly,
Kanika.
yes.
You know
And
what I mean?
truly forgive yourself so that it doesn't keep coming up and you keep having those moments of shame. Let that thing go. Set it free. And set it free so radically that it just never becomes a thought again.
That needs to be our habit.
Yeah.
Like we know, because we're in a dirt, like we're behind on this skill.
Yeah.
So now we have to have like deep rituals to make that happen, right? But this needs to get to
Go
the point where it's
all the
just a
way
habit.
in.
Like
Yep.
boop, boop, boop,
Yep.
boop.
Yep. Yep.
That's how you stay joyful and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Stop to show gratitude to yourself and for yourself.
That's a word.
Right? Like pause for a second and be like, I'm enjoying something right here. Thank you, me. I made this possible for this to happen. Show gratitude to yourself and show gratitude for the things that have been bestowed upon you.
This is a word, y'all. We say this oftentimes, and I think it's become so cliche that we don't really hear the words behind it. But the whole idea that where you are now, you once dreamt this.
You once dreamt of it.
You once prayed for
The things that you enjoy.
your present. You prayed for this.
You prayed for the present.
Sit in it and enjoy it. Why are we still praying
Yeah.
on the future still? Enjoy this right here.
That is an act of giving to yourself.
Whatever it was that you prayed for. I prayed that I would be finished with this PhD program. I prayed that I would have a job that I loved and adored. I prayed that
Have
I
a
would have
child.
friends,
Anything.
whatever it is, I'm here in it. Shout it out. Invest in things that you enjoy. We talk about this. That this is all your joy plan. This is why we're joy coaches. This is why I'm going to say this to you all. Having a joy plan for myself has helped.
Radical. It's a revolution. this health journey that we're on, these things that we're listen, this is joy planning coming to fruition. Doing this podcast.
I'm telling you,
going further in this business.
Committing to my own personal joy plan has made me a total. I've gotten completely immersed in my joy. It has changed the whole trajectory of my life.
It helps me choose even activities. I'm not confused about stuff. Does that add to my joy? Oh, okay.
And I'm going to say this. Other people being clear about their joy plans. I see things that I know would bring her joy. I just send it. We going? What we doing? We buying tickets?
This looks joyful.
It does not matter. Invest in the things. I was talking with my dentist the other day. I was telling her this. He had asked me, my appointment was Friday afternoon. He said, what are your plans for the weekend? I said, I'm going to be recording for my YouTube channel. He said, what's it about? I said, oh, it's all about joy. And we got into this conversation. And he said, you know, on my joy plan would be I used to coach a co-ed little league team, and it brought me so much joy. And I said, Dr. Alvarez, you must get back into that.
Right.
You're sitting here telling me your eyes lit up when you said
there's
it.
like 20 little kids whose eyes would light
You
up
have
too.
to do this because it goes
like a
so
great
far
idea.
beyond just the moment where you're coaching. It's the camaraderie.
Yeah.
It's the relationships
Yep.
you're building. I
All of that.
want you to get back. And he was like, you know what, Maria, I'm gonna think about that. You must invest in the things that bring you joy.
You have to put it in there.
Yeah.
You know?
So think about the ways that you can do that. On her joy plan is travel. It is just there.
Yep. To make sure that I can go the places I go. Like I remember, you know, I got this from Umina Zappa. She told me years ago, before her beloved Prince, all of our beloved Prince passed away. She said, I have a Prince fund.
Yep.
I said, what do you mean you have a Prince fund?
Yep.
She was like, oh, no.
So
I
that
budget
I can get up and go anytime.
so that if there's
I
a
need.
concert, if there's some sort of interesting memorabilia that costs a lot, she budgeted Prince because she enjoys Prince. So that she won't ever be caught out there like, oh my God, I could go to Minnesota and go to a concert.
This
You
is
know, I
a
don't have
word,
money.
y'all.
She can but that's her knowing herself, knowing where her joy lies, right? And that is an act of generosity to yourself.
To yourself. The same way you have an HSA fund. So that if you get sick,
Yep.
my HSA fund is something ridiculous, like $3,000 a year that I give to this thing. And if you always get to the end of the year and you don't know if you're going to use all of this money, why would I put that to the side and not put to the side an equal or greater fund for Dolly Parton?
If that's bringing you joy, why wouldn't you?
For my plan.
That's the generosity. You know, when somebody buys you a gift, they get you something you really like. You ever have people who, you know, and be like, I want some socks, even though sometimes I really want some socks. They'll be like, no, like, I want you to get you something you may not get yourself and stuff like that. Think about that for yourself, right? Think about how would I really gift myself? You know what I mean? Like, it might be, you might be like, well, let me get some, you know, lotion and some paper. You might need those.
Right.
But also, like, what would you gift yourself, though, really? What would you be generous to yourself? What would it be?
An account just to save up for being able to go into Barnes and Noble and bawling out of control. That's my thing. That's my joy.
Yep.
Put it to the side.
Put it to the side. I thought about this because I was thinking about Bath and Body Works. I think I'm going to start buying myself gift cards to Bath and Body Works. Right? That's where I'm going to ball out. If you come to my house, any soap,
you do
anywhere,
That's true.
people have
That
pointed
is
out
true.
to me before that I could get those same scents cheaper, and I said, thank you so much for your input. I will be continuing with Bath
go to
and Body
Bath and
Works.
Body Works.
It's a thing. I love it. They have what I need.
Love to go.
They
in
have
there.
I like the holiday, the different holidays. I like the smells. And I was thinking, like, you know, but if you bought yourself a gift card, so when you're thinking about, you know, kind of
That
being
is
generous to yourself, spoiling yourself in some way,
true.
you may or may not go. Buy the gift card. Now you're going to go. Because you'll talk
That's
about going to the spa and you won't go. But if you buy a gift card, buy
Anytime you
yourself
have,
a
like,
gift
an
card.
extra coin, just Put it
Buy
on
yourself
a
the
gift
gift
card.
card. Now you are going to go to the spa.
That's so good.
You are going to go to the spa. I've been saying I was going to get a bike for a long time. You know what I need to do? I'm going to buy
Me
myself.
too.
Let's buy ourselves REI gift cards. And now we have to get a bike.
Can we get okay, by the end of July, can we get bikes?
Yes.
And let's go bike riding together.
Yes.
On the Silver Comet Trail.
I insist.
Okay, we're getting
This
bikes.
must happen. Because I was like, I could be just riding my bike.
Or you all can donate bikes to us
Being
because we'll
healthy.
take that. I'm not playing. All right, moving on.
Ninny bikes.
Ninny,
It's gonna be
we gonna have
moving on
ninnies
that
hanging out.
bike.
Please stop with ninnies. Or don't.
Or don't.
Okay.
Also, there's that.
Clear out time on your schedule for your. If you don't calendarize nothing else, calendarize you.
And I'm saying, like, actually put it on there. You know what? Everybody thinks we're saying this in like some sort of esoteric, like, put yourself on your calendar. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to open your calendar and I want to see your name on it. When I say this to clients, they're always like, oh, you know, I was putting myself. You didn't, because how did you end up scheduling something else? There shouldn't have been a room on your schedule.
I want a block of time.
This was the time I was going to go to the dance class, but then my assistant no, your assistant shouldn't have seen an empty spot.
Right. You got to color code it. It's got to be blocked off.
Block it off. The way
Yep.
that you have blocked off any other generosity. If you
Yep.
donate your time, if your doctor is going to go down to that Little League, I cannot do Tuesday evenings
Yep.
because that's when I go. Then that is how your calendar should look, with yourself on it. I don't
We're
care what
not
you do in that
joking
time.
about that. We're
don't
not
care what
just
you do in
putting
that
this out there. You need to. I have an actual color on my work calendar that is dedicated to personal joy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see it, when I see that little melon color, I know that's something I'm doing for me. And no, I cannot. I will not schedule anything on top of it. I will not move it around. I will tell people, can you meet on Thursday at 5? I can't. Going to get my lashes done. It's pretty weak.
Okay, do it.
You'll
That's
get over
being
it.
generous, and that is being giving to yourself.
And you can laugh at me and you can think, now that's silly. Now you know you can move that around. No, I can't.
I cannot.
I can't.
Why is whatever that is that's bringing me joy and allowing me to sustain myself, why would that be considered a lesser activity? We've got to stop.
Why
thinking
would that be the thing I sacrifice? If I'm going to sacrifice something, it's going to be
Not
this
that.
drudgery.
Yeah, not gonna be something that I don't enjoy. Right.
Yeah.
Incorporate more situations that involve doing something until satiated rather than doing something until the boundary demands it. If you've ever just slept till you got up, in fact, let me just have a moment of silence for that. Have you ever slept just until wakening, whatever that is? No child waking you up, no alarm clock, no, I gotta be. Figure out how in your schedule somewhere, it may not be every day. We understand that. Find a time.
You got to find a day. You
It might
can
be
do
a
that
nap.
for yourself. Yep.
It might be a nap, but something where you just wake up. That is an unbelievable feeling. That level of generosity to yourself. I'm going to just sleep until I'm no longer asleep.
Because rest is the reparation that you give you for the hard work you've already done.
You're already
all
owed.
this time.
You're already
You've
owed.
already that is your 40 acres and a mule right
You've
there.
already owed.
A nap. Rest and relaxation. And
sometimes you have to you have to plan for, just like you have to plan for the generosity, right? You might have to plan, I'm gonna have less Starbucks so I can have this automatic draft go out to Spellman, right? Think about that too. You might have to plan for that as well. If we're planning to go and eat tacos like mad women, right, on a particular day, we're gonna plan for that. Leading up to that day, because I don't want the boundary. I don't want the boundary.
And I don't want to
tacos.
feel no
I don't
kind of
wanna
way
feel a
about
way
it.
about it.
I'm
This is my
going
day
to
to go
order
in.
15 and I'm going to
and I
eat
might get
15.
some more, and then I get 15 in a box to come home. So then that means I'm going to plan. I'm going to budget. I'm budgeting my calories. I'm doing these other things. Why are you drinking all that water? Because tomorrow
I'm going
tequila.
in. The entirety of as if it's water.
As though it's water.
Okay. Yes. So let's also think about some ways that we can manage being generous to yourself and others at the same
simultaneously.
time,
Yep.
right? Because that's hard to manage. And what we do is we go so far in the direction of caring for others that that's how we forget about
Yeah.
being generous
Yeah.
to self, right? So, first and foremost, give what you can
Yeah. We talked about that before. If you don't have it,
and set it down if you
hurry up.
can't.
And just give what you can. Look, be creative.
Mhm.
Think about this person needs $1 million. Well, I don't have $1 million,
I don't have $1 million.
but I have,
I got
have a list
17.
of grant opportunities, or they could, possibly apply for the grant. I can send them that link. Give what you can. That's how
Or-
you're generous to yourself and that person.
Put them in contact with the person who can help them get
Yep.
the $1 million. I ain't got the $1 million to give you. However,
Be wary of caregiver burnout. So sometimes in the midst of our
Ugh.
generosity, right, we've taken in people, family members or friends are living with us.
yeah.
Or we are, we're somehow we have taken responsibility for another person. That is the utmost generosity. That's a very generous place to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But be mindful, right, of the burnout that can happen with
Because then it becomes
being a
resentment.
right. And then even the care you're providing sometimes is not as quality because you're just tired.
Yeah. Allow yourself to be given to. Let me tell you something. People will, I want you to count how many times people offer things to you and you say, no,
No, that's okay. Way more often than I accept, by far.
Yep.
By far. And it's stuff I know I need.
And I wish somebody would have stepped up. And
And
when
I
they
can't-
offer it, I
And then
deny
I
it.
feel like such a goober.
Yes.
I'm up all night grading papers, and somebody said, there somebody who was my teaching assistant previously. You want me to grade some of those? No, I think I got it. Why did I say that?
Why?
Now it's 2 a.m.
I was just saying to a friend the other day, I admire the way you ask for what you need. Before you get depleted, you've already asked.
Yes, before I'm empty and I'm desperate and I'm just like I'm just on.
Allow people to pour into you. You know
That's
why?
such a generous act.
It's love.
towards yourself.
That's how people love you.
That's how you love yourself.
Well,
Say yes, I'll take that. I was thinking about it. Okay. Why are we so we're so
I don't
adverse?
know. I think that we think we're being polite by saying,
Or
no,
we think we'll
I don't
owe
want to
them.
be a burden. I don't want to.
We think we'll owe them, and we don't want that. Whatever that is.
I'm finna burden you.
Yep.
I'm finna take it all. Give unto me. Yes, because I want to be generous to myself as well. Yes.
That's how you can do it.
Be satisfied and celebrate the times you have been generous and you gave unto others.
Like, I don't think we also stop and have pride and gratification or be in awe and wonderment of the
Of
times
what you've
we have
given,
been.
all right.
And many times you've been generous, you just didn't know it. That time you stayed up all night talking to somebody about something.
That was.
You could have been in your bed sleeping, but you weren't. You weren't. You were up having these conversations, and to you, you're just having the conversation. To them, that was so meaningful. That was a generous thing you did by
To them,
staying after a few minutes to have a conversation.
Yep. You never know the ways that you've saved somebody's life just by sitting and listening to just get it out, girl. Cry.
It's also important, if you want to have a balance between being generous to yourself and others. Understand that every little bit really does count. An episode ago we talked about kind of giving to your alma mater, and what I think a lot of people think is,
I have to give thousands.
I have to give so
hundreds
much
of
money, and when quite frankly, sometimes even $1, because your participation rate is measured. They're just looking to see how many alums give. If it was $1, your counted is still in the number. You have still provided some assistance to the school, and that's true for lots of things. We always think if it's not all of this, then it's nothing. It's never nothing.
I have years and years ago when I was a teacher, and teachers don't make a lot of money. What I said was every month I will give $18.81 to Spelman College. It is what it is. I'm not gonna miss that $18.81, and I've never stopped it. So $18.81 is going to come out of my account no matter what I'm doing. I don't miss it. I don't even know when it comes. I don't know what day they pull it from my account. It is not going to send me into a tizzy. Go ahead and take that $18.81.
But then when major corporations, and people say this, like, why do people give Spelman that money? it's because there's of the amount of people giving 1881.
Exactly.
When they look at our giving rate
Yep.
and they see the percentage of
Yep.
alums that are giving, they're like, well, they like the school, we must like it too.
Mhm.
You apparently like it, we're going to like it. That every little bit counts.
Yep.
Every little bit counts.
Yep.
There's an adage that says, I may not have this right? Buy a man a fish, he eats for one day. And teach him to fish, he eats for a lifetime. When we're thinking about being generous to others, think beyond sometimes just like, let me just take care
Just
of
the
you in the
moment.
moment,
Yeah.
right? Like there's a place where we're being both generous to them and ourselves. Again, we're looking for that balance about being generous to ourselves in the midst of trying to be generous to
You know,
other
there's
people.
a song for this.
Right.
Your
What?
parents' favorite group. Who are the ones that sing Tennessee? Tennessee, Tennessee.
Oh, Arrested Development.
Uh-huh. They have a song. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach him how to fish and he'll eat forever.
Oh, you're right. I've heard that. It didn't trigger until you got to the end. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But imagine doing that, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't tax you as much. Because remember, if you're giving just like a one-off, right? But this is also true for yourself, right? You could hire somebody to come and, you know what I'm saying, organize all your stuff at your house. You could spend the same amount of money taking some classes in organization. Now, you know what I mean? Because they're going to come and organize a house and it's about to get back disorganized. Real talk. But if you learned how to, you know what I'm saying? Like that might be even more generous with yourself.
Yeah.
Teach me how to stay organized.
True. Yeah. And then finally, rest in the knowledge that reciprocity is not always a direct relationship. Meaning, if I give to Kanika, it doesn't mean that I'm going to get it back from Kanika. I could get it back from any number of people that are in my life. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know why they did that well. Because I gave unto Kanika or the universe in general. I just gave. I was generous. I gave it out. It came back to me.
What if everything you've ever gotten was that? What if you've earned everything you ever got? Everything that you've said, somebody sent me a box of this and oh my gosh, and why was
something I put out into the universe?
Every last one of them was a you know,
because I had
was already
put something
given.
out
Because we forget
already.
that we do things. You know what I mean?
We do.
So we're just surprised, like, wow,
Well,
why did
because
someone
that's
do
the
this for
true
me?
act of generosity and giving, right? You're not supposed to be
Keeping score.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so then when it comes back to you, you're like, huh, look at that.
What a surprise. When instead of, you know, when possibly that's just how and usually, again, payback is tricky because it's going to be in some sort of way that your mind is not big enough. You know what I'm saying? Like what the universe has in mind in terms of some things, you're like our human brains, I don't think have the capacity to even imagine what that then is. Because remember, half the stuff we think, you know what I'm saying, our curses are giving. Somebody's being generous by breaking up with us. Somebody was generous by firing us from a job.
Rejection is
Somebody
always
was,
protection.
You know what I'm saying? That was somebody giving you something by you not getting that thing that you wanted. That was the gift right there. So sometimes we don't see that's the payback. Like, I'm so wonderful to other people. How come the universe isn't wonderful to me? It is.
Yeah.
The thing you think you're lacking, that has been the reason for your excellence.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. Well, we don't have anything from our Joy Johnson. I don't really mind.
Because we're being generous to ourselves.
Generous to ourselves, honey. What's the last thing that you got that was a gift of generosity from someone else?
From someone else?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, that you gave to yourself. What did you give to yourself?
Ooh.
What's an act of generosity that you gave? You know what I gave to myself? Getting this house cleaned from top to bottom.
The best thing clean. I'm about to just eat out of the corners because I can.
Getting my house cleaned from top to bottom has freed up my I can't explain what this man did for me when he cleaned this house. I
have planned some very exciting trips for this year, and I never thought I'd get the opportunity to go to Antarctica. Antarctica is extremely expensive to go to. All the tariffs and things like that. It's a whole thing. Antarctica is not really owned by anybody. It's real, you know, and you got to pay a lot of money to go just to get permission to go. So a long time ago, I make monthly payments, right? And so I treat it like any other bill, right? And I know other people are like, why would you pay that much to go to a block of ice? I want to. You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm excited. I want to go. And that's just something I am
You've been
doing
talking about it for
me.
years.
Mm-hmm. And when I got the opportunity to, and I've been making monthly payments because you don't just come out the box and pay for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make these, monthly payments, but it's a deposit into something that has been a dream of mine. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I want to get to 7 continents. It's always something I wanted to do. So that is the generous gift I am giving to me.
So what number continent are you on?
I will actually go. I have not been to Australia, so oddly, I will usually. If people go to Antarctica at all, that would definitely be 7. Strangely, Antarctica will be 6. And then I plan
to Australia.
I think the year probably in that summer that I turn
50.
50. Which is coming around the corner a little more than I thought it was going to. It's in a couple of years.
It's sneaking up on
It's in a couple of years. I thought about just going out there and just being like in Australia, go to Fiji, just everything out in the South Pacific, just for like a whole summer.
Yeah.
And then people want to come,
Yeah,
fine.
people want to meet you there.
Yep, but I'm going to be out there. I'm just going to live out there for like 2 months.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, so that's something I gave to myself.
That's lovely. Yeah.
I deserve.
Because you deserve. Because we all deserve. So give to yourself generously, liberally,
regularly.
I'm gonna have me some Ninny Joy.
What?
I'm gonna have me some Ninny Joy, and it's gonna feel real good.
I'm going to go home and Ninny Joy right now.
Give me that Ninny Joy!